Hey guys, what it is your girl Cadillac. Yes, I'm Cadillac Dixon. I'm the Draw My Life prison wife. I'm the legally blind artist that is rapping and painting for justice. Hoping. Because you got to hold your breath for justice. To see justice before all phase 2 black. I literally took that out before that thing. I took the key out and it's still beeping through the video. It's like, and I opened the door so it would not beep. Let me go ahead and put my phone on do not disturb because I know I'm finna have 1,000,001 interruptions. Anyways, it's your girl Cadillac. One of these days, I'm gonna actually get my content, together. One day. I don't know what day that's gonna be, but one day we will get this content together. But all right, guys, so anyways, it is June 11, 2025. Now I am coming through to finish a video that I started on June the 3rd, which is crazy. I started this video topic, but I kind of got sidetracked. I didn't finish it that day because I ran out of storage, and then I ended up recording the video about Anton Massey. That story is getting crazier and crazier. Like, girl, there's so many moving parts within those stories, and it just goes to show you that there's a lot of people that are claiming innocence. Now, the thing is, some are innocent and some are not. But you really, how do you know? You really have to listen before you filter. I see that I'm fighting for my husband who's wrongfully incarcerated. He's been wrongfully incarcerated for 23 years, right? And I'm realizing on my journey that people do not listen. They won't even, there's no way to even run the case by anybody. No opening ears, no open hearts, none of that. So it's like you really got to listen to filter it to find out who is really innocent and who is not, because of this completely sealed off, closed off. If you were convicted, I forget who said that. Dang, I forgot where that came from. But they were saying that people just don't want to even believe that if you were arrested, you're not guilty, because they were saying that why do people have so much faith in like the state, the prosecutors and stuff like that. And he said later, I don't think it's even that. I think it's because they have so much faith in the officers, and they believe that if an officer arrested you, there's like really no way in jail. You're not guilty of what they arrested you for. So it's that blind faith, blind allegiance that I have been fighting for 23 years trying to get my husband home. But anyways, where this video, the last video stopped, this is under personal growth and development. These are questions that I gathered off of Google for prison wives. I am the OG prison wife for 23 plus years, 24 almost if you're going to count county jail, right? So the question is, what are some of your biggest, it was a two-part, it was your biggest hopes and fears for when he is released. So I already did in a video my biggest fears, and I can link that in the description box along with the first part of this video because it cut off abruptly. But My biggest hopes, oh my gosh. And like I said, by my husband being a long timer, by me thinking, oh, my husband's just wrongfully incarcerated, once I wrongfully convicted, once I get this story in the hands of the right person, this will be all overturned and he'll be home. So I'm thinking it would have took no more than 10 years. Who even thinks it would take 10 years? If you're truly innocent, it doesn't seem like it should take a lifetime to free you, but there's many people, including my husband, looking like he's gonna just have to play out his wrongful conviction, and that's once they're free. Like, if the wrongful conviction doesn't end, if it's not a life sentence that they have, or a deletion day sentence that they have to just play through the wrongful conviction. So once it started to near past the 10 years, that's when a lot of my hopes started to dwindle. And that middle part was so hard to get through this sentence with my husband, because the part that I had was hope. And when that hope was stripped, the hope that he could, get out. Like, I knew he had a 40-year sentence, but I know he's not finna do 40 years because he's wrongfully incarcerated. But when his reality is setting in and nothing that you're doing is helping, nobody is, you need help. I need help. I cannot break my husband's story on my own. I need a community behind me. I need my subscribers behind me. I need my followers behind me. I need my family behind me. Don't have many friends, but if you're an alliance, if you're anything to me, I need you behind me. I need you. Cannot do this on my own. When that started setting in, that I don't have that support system that I need to break this story, I kind of started just going into an acceptance stage where I was like, for me to get through this, it's almost like, have you seen that movie Hurricane, where he told his wife, Denzel Washington was playing Hurricane, and he basically told his wife to leave him. He didn't want no visitations. He didn't want anything. He didn't want anything that could be taken away from him, because that felt like to him that if you can't take nothing from me, then I'm free, because you have nothing to hold over my head. So he basically was in the process of letting go of everything so that he can do his time. And that's how I feel like I started to do. Like, just let go of, because I wanted more kids, but I knew I had to break his story and get him home to have more kids, because Florida doesn't have family visits like that. So I had to let go of the dream of having more children. I have one, and I have 2 grandchildren. Grandchildren are very much just like your children, and they be all up under me, girl. But if he is, by chance, released the day after tomorrow, we might have some time to go ahead and have that second baby. Like, girl, I'll be like Sarah from the Bible, girl. Sarah and Abraham. But we still have a little tiny window of having more children. But because it is so unlikely to break a wrongful conviction story, most likely he's not going to come home in time while I'm still able to have children. So I had to let that go. I had to make peace with that. It was very difficult to make peace with that. It was difficult going around seeing people pregnant, seeing fathers with their children, with their daughters especially. I work at a theme park, so you see this all the time. You see whole families, and it just hurt. And a lot of those things I seen, I had to just let go to be able to keep going down this road, to not be always depressed because I'm longing for something that I cannot have. So now fast forward, we're done most of this time. My husband has done most of his 40-year wrongful conviction. He basically 2038 is his release date. So you have to do 85% time here. He's going to still get some gain time. So I'm guesstimating between 10 to 11 more years he should be home, because I'm not sure for the next 10 years how much gain time would he accrue. Like, I literally would have to either call his officer, or I would have to sit down and do the math problem, like, girl, for real. But I'm going to guesstimate between 10 to 11 years before those gates finally open. And I had to take that image. Do you know how many times I imagined that day of him walking through those gates opening? I used to visit in all these different facilities, and that day you see the person come up and you're like, oh, are you in line? Because you'll help them out with where they're supposed to stand. Oh no, I'm picking them up. And then you're taken aback because you're like, oh, that day's never coming for me when I can come pick up my husband, bring street clothes up here for him to come home in. And, girl. And then when they finally walk through the gate and the guard says that cliche, don't come back now. And everyone's clapping and cheering. And you see the family over there. Girl, I used to imagine that day, but I had to let it go because I'm like, that day was so far off. When I started this journey in 2002, even today is so far off from 2002. We're in 2025. Can you imagine from 2002? I am 20 years old. 21 with a, 9-month-old? I'm 21 with a 9-month-old daughter. And you just incarcerated my husband wrongfully and said 40 years. And we're looking at my daughter being older than we are when they're reunited. Can you just imagine how I felt? Like, how we couldn't even conceive this. So to even be in 2025, no way we could have conceived getting to this point and still being together. The only way I could have seen that is if his story had broken and he came home. But still through prison, I didn't see this. I didn't know that we could make it this far. And this is almost like the miracle in it. Like how they say God's ways are not our ways. Maybe our lives are testimonies. But maybe the way God wanted to show up and show his greatness through our life and through our relationship is for us to actually make it through this wrongful conviction. It doesn't happen often like that. So 10 years. It's going to take forever, but it isn't. Because time is flying. Like, if we even got 10 years left, because, girl, this world, we already know we in them days, right? So if we even got 10 years left, that's why I always used to say sarcastically when people say, when is Marcello coming home? I'll say, well, do you know when Jesus coming back? Because that's pretty much probably when it's going to be coming home, girl. But, yeah, so if everything's still intact, about 10 more years. Oh my gosh. So let's start with the hopes. Girl, I can't even imagine this. How do I even set my mind free, take that gate, that lock off my mind that I had to lock down those thoughts? I know I'm going to be so nervous going to pick him up. Oh my gosh. And then how are we going to do it? We're going to have the kids, the grandkids. Well, my daughter, grandkids. We all going to pick him up and then what? Do we go out to eat? I mean, it's going to be so weird being able to do whatever you want with Mr. Marcello. That's crazy. Like, girl. So, of course, we're going to pick him up. We'll probably, I don't even know what clothes, like literally, the clothes are so different now. I've only seen him in Prison Blues for the last, 22 years? 23 years. He's only been in Prison Blues. So his style of dress, like, girl, how does he dress in street clothes? Like, street clothes are not even the same clothes that they used to be. So I don't even know. Maybe I have to send him some oh, well, back then you could cut out, like, the little ads and stuff and see what outfits he like or whatever. But you can't send nothing in. And I don't think they allow screenshots to come through email. So I don't know. We got to figure that out. How are we going to pick his clothes for him to be able to come home in? So my hope is that I'm there to witness, the beginning of this year. I got really sick and I started thinking, whoa, hold on now. I've been doing this Project Reach the World. I've been fighting for my husband. But what if I'm not even here when he touches down? Like, oh my gosh, like that's crazy to fight this long and then don't make it to the promised land. Almost like how Martin Luther King, he didn't make it to the promised land, but he fought, right? And others that fought for justice, for freedom and stuff, but did not make it to enjoy the fruits of their labor. Like, girl, I don't want to imagine that. So your girl back good, back healthy. So we gonna be here. So my hopes to pick him up, it's gonna be weird because I've never witnessed my daughter and him together outside in the free world, except for when she was a baby. She was under 1. So this is going to be crazy to see that, to see him and our grandchildren together. Like, oh, these are the hopes. Like, I never even got to take Money to the park, our daughter Money, to the park with Marcello. So this is going to blow my mind, taking our grandchildren to the park with Marcello. Well, they might be a little too old then. Right now, I'm imagining them if he came home now. I'm sorry, I gotta add that decade back. Put that back on there because we ain't broke this story. TikTok ain't on the case. But so our granddaughter would be about almost 16, and our grandson will be about 14. So they probably don't want to go to the park. Maybe they want to go to the theme park though. But we're gonna have so many happy family moments. Like, it's so much we gotta catch up on. He left Orlando, girl. When he left Orlando was nothing like it was back then. So it's like he's really gonna be coming home to a whole new city. I got so much to show him. We get to go on adventures together. You know how I love to go to different places. I don't know if he's gonna love sitting in the park like I do. Like, that's my thing when I get off of work. I love to, like, right now I'm sitting in front of a lake. Girl, I'm all the way back here because Florida got gators. Girl, I'm all the way back here in my car. We are not going down there. But I'm looking at the little waves flowing. I love to walk the park, not over by the lake, all the way back there, girl, and watch the sunset. Like, is he gonna be with me doing those type of things, or are those gonna be my alone time things? But I didn't spend so much alone time, like, girl. So that's gonna be, like, really hopeful to have that family time back. We can't make up for all the missed times. Like he used to tell me, whenever I get out, we're going to make up for all the special occasions that we missed, all the birthdays we missed together. But you really can't do that. You can't make up for it. But my hope is that we're going to really just live it like